Hi, I'm Joe Haler. You're watching a special market edition of The Joe Show, which is sponsored by eGrips. Today, we're looking at the healthcare market. We're going to look at the size and scope of the market. We're also going to look at some entry points for distributors with some creative ideas. And after that, we're going to show you some products that actually fit into this market. All that straight ahead. Now, if you haven't considered selling to the healthcare industry, you might want to rethink that. It is a huge industry. It represents $2.4 billion of ad specialty sales for distributors in North America. That's 15% of all industry revenues, and that's certain to keep growing. Okay, now according to the National Hospital Association, there are 5,800 hospitals in the U.S. And according to the National Center for Assisted Living, we're looking at 28,000 assisted living facilities. Now you also need to add into their rehab centers, and you'll see how big this industry actually is. Okay, those stats talk about buildings and organizations. Let's look at some of the people in this market. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, there are over 661,000 doctors and surgeons in this country. Also, we're looking at 141,000 dentists and 185,000 physical therapists and over 49,000 chiropractors. Now, those are individual people. If you take them, add them up, and do the math, you'll see that they're only accounting for $2,400 of ad revenue each. So there's certainly room for more sales here. Okay, a few more things I want you to consider about the healthcare market. First of all, healthcare reform is finally starting to roll out, and that's going to affect a lot of people, from policyholders to insurance companies to doctors and to companies who provide insurance for their employees. So there's a need for education, which means there could be a need for ad specialties, and that means more sales for you. Also, there has been a shortage in the nursing industry, but according to the Labor Bureau, 613,000 nursing jobs have been created since the recession started. However, experts say that that is going to be a temporary relief, so they need more nurses, and that means there's going to be need for recruiting. Okay, we have an idea how big this market is now. Let's talk about some entry points for you, the distributor. First, let's focus on hospitals. With a hospital, you're going to find out that they're highly specialized now. Wings, floors, whole units are dedicated to things like oncology, maternity, pediatric, orthopedic. The list goes on and on. Find out who runs those wards and you want to target them. Also, the HR department at hospitals, because there's that nursing shortage and they need to recruit more nurses. And think about how products can be put into use for each division. First of all, for maternity, you can have imprinted diaper bags at the hospital give out to new parents, but look for co-op opportunities. For example, Infamil does baby formula. Maybe they'd be willing to put a sample pack in there along with an imprinted baby bottle. And pediatrics, well, kids go to the hospital, they might be a little afraid, so they might need a little stuffed animal that's going to keep them nice and calm. Now, for individual doctors, think of what their specialty is. For an orthopedic doctor, why wouldn't they want to give out something that's cool and fun like a bone-shaped pen? And also, any doctor would really benefit from having a refrigerator magnet, because when their patients need to get a hold of them quickly, they can look on a refrigerator rather than going through a phone book. We're also going to look at some creative months that you can actually target for them. Okay, we see we have a huge industry here. There's a lot of hospitals, assisted living places, so there's a lot of organizations that need your help. Also, let's look at the people with the doctors, the dentists, and the nurses. The individual people have needs as well. So where do we get started? Well, let's look at Chase's calendar of events. It's a book that shows days, weeks, and months that will give you good opportunities to go to these organizations, to these people, and say this is a great time for us to advertise and promote. For example, March is Save Your Vision Month. Great time for optometrists to talk about healthy eye care, coming in and getting your eyes checked, and they can do so by giving out imprinted sunglasses or lens cloth and lens cleaner. Also, June is Cancer from the Sun Month. Another good opportunity here, and this one's targeted to dermatologists. They can do campaigns and promotions that talk about healthy skincare and damage from the sun's rays. Naturally, they're probably going to want to use an imprinted bottle of sun lotion. Also, they can use wide brim hats, so you just need to be creative. Now, there's going to be work done here. It's not going to fall into your lap, so get this book, look at some of the days, some of the weeks and the months that doctors, hospitals can promote, and then you need to go to them with some creative ideas with products. Now, before we look at some products, we want to take a little break here and hear from today's Joe Show sponsor, eGrips.
eGrips is the coolest product here at this show. You put it on the back of a handheld device, and wherever you put the device, it'll stay, even on my shirt sleeve.
And welcome back. Now we have some products we'd like to look at that are very applicable for the healthcare market. Let's start with this first one. And I'll hold it up here. Maybe Anthony can come in nice and tight on that logo, and you'll see it is a healthcare related logo there that's embossed on this leather. And this is, open it up, you'll see it is a pad folio. You got a writing pad over here. Over here you got a bunch of pockets for business cards, folders, files. There's also a place there for PDA and for a cell phone. Let's talk about some of the uses. One, it'd be great for nurses that go and visit homebound patients. Those organizations, the nurses go, take vital signs, talk to the patients, make sure they're okay, and they need something to put all their notes in. Also great for recruiting nurses for a health career fair. We talked about the nursing shortage earlier, so this would be a great thing to give out to perspectives at the health career fair. All right, I have another product here. It comes in its own box. I'm going to hold it up here, and you can see that this is a stethoscope. It's a stereo stethoscope, so when the doctor's using it or the nurse is using it, they can hear the heart and whatever else they're listening to in stereo sound. So it's great for teaching colleges as students are about to become full-fledged doctors or become full-fledged nurses. That'll be a great parting gift for them as they go on to start their own career. Also good for any medical practice, as we could put logos that say what the practice is, and the patients come in and they'll know that Dr. Jones is working for this healthcare unit. All right, the next group of products I want to show you. Now, we talked about pediatrics wards. This was great for children going to the doctors. First, you have your hospital care here. I'm just going to go through some of these. We have an emergency center, trip to the emergency center, which would be great for kids because they're probably a little scared there. If they're at the emergency room, there's something wrong. A trip to the hospital, again, if there's going to be an overnight stay for tonsils or something, this is something that hospitals can give out. The kids have something to do in that overnight stay. We talked about optometrists. This is great for targeting kids with their eye care, and also great for nurses' office at schools because they also have vision months and vision testing and stuff, so they can give it out to students. A trip to the doctor's office, good for pediatric doctors. And this is the same thing if it's at a doctor's office, but this is a sticker book. So there's a lot of different options there for you to target doctors who are dealing with children, whether it's a cancer ward, pediatric cancer ward, just a regular pediatrician, anyone's dealing with kids, this would be good for them to use and then give out to all those young patients. All right, the next product, and I got two of them. I'm going to start with this is a skull cap that surgeons wear when they're in the operating room, and you'll see that there's the logo on the front there, and it's healthcare related. It could be a hospital. And I have another one here. It's a bigger size for probably nurses or any doctors that have longer hair, a lot of hair, they need to get underneath that whole bonnet. And I'm going to flip it over. Both of them, you'll see, do have a sweatband in there. So it's great for hospitals in the areas. Get them to sign up. Give some of these. They're going to put the hospital imprint on the front there, so when the surgeons are done and they're going to consult families, they still have their skull cap on, they'll see the logo of the hospital. All right, two more products here. I'll start with the first one. This is your traditional 7-day pill case, and it does have Braille on the top, so someone who's vision impaired would still know what day of the week the pills are in, okay? And the other one I have is related, and we're going to open this up, and we're going to see that this is a pill splitter. Okay, over here there's a blade. The user is going to put a pill in there. They're going to close it up. Close it, it's going to split the pill in half, open it up, and if they only need half of that pill, they can take it. These are great for assisted living facilities. Someone comes in for a short stay, for a longer stay, extended stay. They can be given this as they come with the vital information on there so that when they go home and they have to get a hold of the assisted living place, they can look on their pill case if they need it, and they'll still have this pill splitter, and it'll help them out. And the last two products I want to show you, and we have one, this is a gel, and this is hand sanitizer gel. And we also have it available in a pocket spray. Great to give out at hospitals, especially at lobby areas. I was just at the hospital recently visiting a family member, and outside of all the rooms, there's these hand sanitizer dispensers. You come in and they ask you just to put it on your hands, no matter what the patient's in for, basic operation, a basic procedure, they still want you to use it. So it'd be a great product for hospitals, especially those that are opening up new wards or redoing new floors. They can give out this to all the people who come, or just as a visit to the hospital if they've got loved ones in there or friends in there. Okay, well, those are the products we talked about. We also talked about the size and scope of this market. We talked about some ways to get you in, some creative ideas. As I said, there's going to be a little bit of work involved here. Nothing will ever fall into your lap. But if you work hard, you use a little bit of creativity, you target the people with some great products, and we're sure you'll be successful in the health care market. Well, thanks a lot for watching. We'll be back next Tuesday with a regular Joe Show. This is ASI TV.